This is 9th standard English, lesson number 1.2, a synopsis. And this is a very nice and interesting novel story. It is an extract from it, and it is written by Johann David Wyss. The writer, the author is Johann David Wyss. He was a clergyman. Clergyman means priest. And this novel was made into a graphic novel, that is picturized. It contained pictures, and after it, it was made into film also. And for around about 200 years, this novel was read by the readers. It was so famous. And this lesson is a synopsis. Synopsis means a summary, outline. Now, it contains good morals, values, and as we read it, it aims to teach people values of self-reliance, determination, love for your family, and cooperation, and prudence use of resources. So this is a combination of everything that is there in this novel as we read it. This is a lesson for us. So many authors, many writers, they have written this many stories, many books, and as the readers, they have developed interest in that. They made that novels famous. Understood? So if the readers are not interested to read any book, that book doesn't become famous. Understood? And if a writer or if an author has done his work very nicely, the story that he has written, whether it is real story, real experience, or a very imaginary story. Understood? So he has to keep an hold of his readers. He should take into account that whether whatever I am writing, it will be very much interesting, and in such a manner he has to keep the chapters, or he has to continue the chapters or the sequences, and he should end up with a climax or the ending part. Okay. So in a novel there are characters. So it can be a 2 character, it can be 3 character or more, like that. It depends upon the writer's concept of writing the story or narrating that story or event. Understood? And there are various topics that are covered by the writers of different time and different era. So this lesson, in this lesson we are having characters, that is, the heroic character is William, his wife Elizabeth, and their 4 children. How many? 4 children. The eldest one is Fritz, then Ernest, Jack, and Franz. Fritz, Ernest, Jack, and Franz. And Turk and Juno are the dogs. They were having pet dogs. Now what happened to this family? They were on this journey, and there was a big ship. It was a cargo ship. It was loaded with many things in it. There were people, passengers in it. And what happened one day, that the very dangerous storm hit that ship. That ship was caught in the midst of that storm. And what happened? That it was stopped at certain place, and it was maybe that is a kind of dangerous situation or an accident that was faced by that ship. Now it was holded there. It was not able to move further. And what happened at that time, there was panic between the passengers, the people those who were on the ship. What they did, they tried to make as much possible way, they tried to find out the ways to just come out of that ship and save them their lives. Anyhow, maybe they were having now big ships. We know that the big passenger ships or the cruises, what they have the small boats attached to their sides, and there are tube tires, or you can say rubber tires there. And what they do is they try to, if a person is wearing that rubber tubes or tires and they are sitting in that ship and moving ahead, even if the water, the waves are coming on it, or they are drawn into the water, what happens, they are saved because of that rubber tube or the rubber tires which are there, or the life jackets which they are wearing. Now many of the times something is tied on your stomach like that. That is also, or wooden structure. So what happens, the wood or that helps you to float on the water. Understood? So that wood or rubber like that. So it was, so they used all the possible measures to save themselves, and they left the ship. Only family that was there left on the ship was remaining. Who was there? The family of William. That is William, Elizabeth, Fritz, Ernest, Jack and Frank. Now these were there, and their 2 dogs. Now what happened then? In the night, when the night time was there, they realized that they are very much nearby to some island. Now on one side they were relieved that we are nearing to the land. Now for example, the people those are traveling on ship, for them everywhere there is water, right? The land is no more for them to see. They are very far off from the land, and when they see the land, when the sight of land they can see through their eyes, they feel relieved that now we will be getting rid of this water and we will be landed, so we will be able to move freely. Understood? So this family also was a little bit relieved that we are nearing to the land. Now let's do something to reach there. How we will reach there? Now this was in their thinking, this mindset. Now when person is in any kind of problem or danger, our mind we should have very good presence of mind. If our presence of mind is good, if we are alert, if we are courageous in that situation, then we can move further. We can use our brain, we can have our ideas experimented, and we can come out of that situation. Same thing happened here with this family also. The eldest of the family, the elder, that is the head of the family, he took the initiative and he took the decision. See, when an elder takes a decision, it has to be followed by every member of the family. If they are following his way, then what happens? With the help of all the people's help and cooperation in the family, they can come out of the situation. And same thing happened here. William, he said that now we have to do something here. We have to arrange our all the things, and we have to we have to go out of this big ship, and we have to land up there because land is near. So what they did, there were small kegs there. There were small wooden basket types like that, small ships, small parts of ships like that, boats they were in that big ship. So what they did, they tried to join it, and they joined it all, and they were having their carpentry tools there, they were having livestock there, they were having gunpowder, ammunition there on the ship, there were books, literature books, knowledgeable books there, and what they did, they were knowing that we have to take all these things with us. These are our belongings, and they tried to join this kegs together. And what happened? They made like a small boat like that, and they had rovers And with the help of rovers, what they did, they came out of that big ship and they landed on the island. Now when they landed on the island, there was nothing. Everything field was open. And what to be done there? Now that was the question. How they will survive? For that they made use of the grass for their all dwellings, and they settled down. After some time, what happened? A tree trunk which was about 40 feet in diameter, that was found, and that was they thought that it will be a safer place for us to dwell in. So after that, what happened? So that tree, how to reach there on the trunk? So the father, he made use of all the carpentry idea that he was having, his knowledge, and he made the ladders there. And with the help of ladders, they were able to climb up nicely. So that was a safer place for them. Now meanwhile, in all these days, now they settled down there. They started living in that big island. Understood? Now what happened? Elizabeth, who was wife of William, now what she did, she started cultivating. Now cultivating means doing farming. Now see how intelligent they were. They were knowing how to do the farming also. And she cultivated corn, melons, pumpkins, cucumbers. So these all she cultivated. And father, that is William, and Fritz, the eldest son, they went to the other forest area, and that was jungle region. And what they explored and found very exotic plants which were waxy. Some of them were waxy fruit. So waxy means wax. So father, he used his mind and idea that this wax will be used to make candles, for making candles, which will help us to have light in our house. Then other type of plants they discovered, that was rubbery sap, that was boots from rubber. They had the idea that they will make boots to be made for every member of the family. Now this was all the things, but still father was not satisfied. He said that now it is okay, but what about the next winter? So he decided to create a place very much safe for the family, and he got an idea of dwelling in a cave. Dwelling means staying in a cave. But he was not able to. He tried much to find a safe cave, but he was not able to find. And he decided to make the same place comfortable there. Now what happened? He used all his carpentry tools again, instruments again, and with the help of his 4 children, what they did, they started carving the stones, cutting the edges, and after that what happened? They made 4 rooms. How many? 4 rooms and 1 fireplace with windows. Okay. So this was a new idea, new structure of their house. Now there was very low light in that house. So what they did, the house we made, but there is no sufficient light coming. Yes, if there is a house and there is a darkness, so that atmosphere is not good for anybody. So we need ventilation, good ventilation. That ventilation means good coming and going of fresh air in house, and we require good ample availability of sunlight. So light was not there. So what they did, now father and Jack made a big bamboo pole, and what they did, the oil lamp that they had brought from that ship, they put it there, placed it, tied it, and on the top of the roof, of the very top, they placed that lamp, and through that lamp, whole house was lit up. It was brightened up. This was their way of now how they started developing, improving their lifestyle. Now, after that, one day what happened? There was herd of elephants, many elephants, they came together and damaged the huts, trees, cultivated fields that they had cultivated. And it was a dangerous situation for this family to survive. They said that in this thing they had done so much of destruction. So they were having a threat from wild animals. So this family decided to have remedies, that is all kinds of possible things to avoid the attack of animals. Now they started to think what to be done. And after decision, after thinking a lot about it, they finalized the idea that we will have a new residence. Now, how we will have this new residence? So they started finding a place where there will be 4 trees equally placed, and then in the middle of it, they will be having this house. So, and this tree also will be of how many feet high? 12 feet high. So they were safe enough to be in the midst of these trees, and they started living there. Now for 10 years they stayed there, they dwelt there, and now all the small children, they have turned into all young boys. And the father, he gave that island a name, that is New Switzerland. Now these boys were all young. Now one day what happened? Now Fritz was on the shore and of another island. Now Fritz, he was doing some work there, and there was this albatross bird, seabird. It was coming and troubling him, disturbing him. So to get rid of him, he knocked him down. Knocked him means just cutting him, or he might have hit him a little bit, and that bird came down. After that bird came down, he saw that something is tied up to the leg of this bird. Some message was tied. In old times, people used to send messages. There were no postmen, but these were the birds like albatross or eagles or pigeons, doves. These were used as medium of message, and this message was tied. So he saw it, he opened that message, and the message was having this line: a young woman was stranded on Smoking Rock, and Fritz felt that someone is in need of help. Again he wrote something on the message and tied again to that albatross bird's legs, and he saw that bird is flying again back. So what message this Fritz wrote there? Fritz wrote that do not despair, help is near. Do not despair, help is near. So do not be worried. Do not worry, or do not be in any kind of tension. Help is near. Someone will be there to help you out. So who was that? Who wrote the message for this on this albatross bird's leg? That was Jenny Montrose. She was caught on an island, and when the message was told to father by the Fritz, father recollected all the words. That is, Smoking Rock means volcano. It will be near this person will be, they were not knowing who the person is. Only they guessed that this person will be near the volcano. And Fritz went there and he rescued Jenny Montrose, and she was brought back to this family. Whose family? Fritz's family. And she started living with them very comfortably and in a friendly manner. She was adjusted. One day what happened? That this family, they saw that there is a British ship stranded there, and what they were having a spyglass. Spyglass means it can be like a binoculars, and they saw it that there are certain people there on that ship, and so this family, the head of the family, William, he decided to introduce their family to these people, and they met them, and after inquiring what the conversation was, how they made, and they introduced each other that we are this family. I am the head of the family. This is my wife's children, and this is the girl that we rescued. Now, as they were talking and sharing their views and opinions, what happened? The captain of the ship, he narrated that it is the same girl that we are looking for, because her father had sent this ship and he had given me this responsibility to find out and search where his daughter is. So they were very much surprised to know this fact, and they were happy. The captain was happy to see this Jenny very much safe and sound. And she was missing from 3 years, and they were very much in a very happy and celebrating mood. Now what happened? That everyone were surprised about the reunion and about the prosperity that this family is. See, alone this family is there surviving, and how nicely they have come up, and they are in all good health, as well as Jenny. They have taken the care of this girl, Jenny. Now, father, that is William, he thought that now this is the time that he will announce that who want to go further to the next place, and he didn't want to make everyone stay there at back. So he was knowing that my boys are now young, they are having their life. So he very much announced that those who want to stay here, you can stay with me. Those who want to go ahead, they can go with the ship captain. So friends, he was very prompt to answer, because he started liking this Jenny, and he showed the interest and declared and shared this his view with his father, that I am interested to marry with her and I will go with her. Next to accompany him was France. He said, I'll also go with brother, because I want to explore new region. And very happily, father, mother, Jack and Ernest, they were on the island, and they very happily gave the permission that okay, you go ahead. And father, this William, handed all the documents that he wrote through his adventure, all his experience that he was there, he written, and he gave it to the captain of the ship to be published in the English when he will reach there to that his destination. And he was knowing that his adventure will be there published. He was having this assurance that my writing, my experience will be there in one of the journals. And as they had a very good way of, they greeted each other, and in a very good manner they departed from each other. And the ship went back with captain, the crew members, Jenny, then Fritz and Frank. And who were left behind was father William, mother Elizabeth, yes, and Ernest and Jack. So it's a very nice story. Homework for you is read the lesson thoroughly, write down the meanings of it, then solve the exercises. Passage you can take, and in passage you will be having these exercises. So as for passage, you will solve the exercise. So it's very nice story, and It gives us the message of everything, that how a person should behave in a family, how a person should behave with other persons, how they should be helpful, how we should use our mind and brain in any of the situation, and how we should use the resources that we are having in hand. So rather than to stuck there, and rather than to give up all the things, you have to utilize whatever you are having in hand and go further and progress in life. You can progress. And this is a very good message this lesson has given us. So you have to read it out and do the homework of it. Okay? That's it for today.